And thanks to Olivia for joining us. And look, and I don't know if you've read the thread there. There's a couple of really funny comments on there. I'll leave it on. You can have a read a bit later. Are you still on?
Hey,
I can hear my own voice. Sorry, Mike was saving a place, so now he's going to log out so that one person can log in now because it's full. 199 right, okay, someone's logged in already. Okay, so I'll get started because I want to respect all of your time and just say a massive thank you to Olivia for joining us tonight. I know you've already come off a Zoom call that you've just done a minute ago with your own team and a very hefty shopping day as well, which you were telling us about earlier. I'll unmute you in a second and if I can find you in a minute. Actually, oh no, you can't unmute yourself to stop people being able to do that. Wait 1 second. Let me just unmute you. Perfect. Okay. So everybody should be able to hear. Okay, you're unmuted now. So I just want to get started by saying thanks very much for joining us on the call, Olivia. And you're obviously, you know, you're in the business, absolutely just have torn it up over the last couple of years, probably less than that, the last 18 months. And everybody knows who you are, but not everybody knows, you know, that much about you. So could you just tell us a little bit, you know, about your story, your journey? I know you're the youngest PMD in the world, so congratulations for that. Flipping massive achievement. And also probably the youngest 100 club in the world as well, I would think. So huge well done for that. So, and what I love about this business is it doesn't matter how long you're in the business for, you can learn from other people. So everybody's on the call because they want to learn from you. So can you tell us a little bit about your story and particularly like what got you involved in the business in the first place and how's your journey been over the last 18 months?
Yeah, sure. So thanks for having me as well and asking me to speak. So for anyone who doesn't know, then I'm Olivia Measures. I joined last year in February 2014. I actually had never heard of Juice Plus before, never heard of the product, nothing. Lauren Roberts followed me on Twitter and I followed her back and I just saw she was like promoting about this shakes and I thought, oh, that's really cool. What are the shakes? And then I thought, she said, I'm looking for 2 team members. So I said, I'll just give it a go. I actually joined before even trying the product, which is not something I'd recommend, but it's what I did. So I know some people say like, don't let them join if they haven't joined the product. And I do always say now to them, you'll find it a lot easier to sell if you're on the product because it's your genuine story. But at the same time, if people can't afford it, then let them join, because I was actually one of those that joined without ever trying the product and then obviously became PMD. So I was one of those. I thought I'd be amazing. Don't know if anyone else can relate. And I posted a few times on like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, got absolutely nothing. I ended up getting about 3 sales in my first month, and I just thought, nah, that's it, I'm gonna quit. Like, what a stupid company, such a scam, not doing any of this anymore. And meanwhile, my upline was like to me, how's it going, Olivia? And you know, and it's like, I got 3 sales in my first month. I made £32. Yeah, Lauren, like, it's really not going very well. And she said to me, right, Olivia, before you quit, just post that you're looking for team members. So I was like, okay, fine. Like, I'll just post that I'm looking for a team member. And as I made one of the team member, and she honestly was insane. She did 12 sales in her first few days. And I just remember thinking like, what the hell? She's done 12 sales in her first few days. I did 3 in my first month. And I knew this girl. She was actually my old boss in my previous job. So because I knew her, I thought, do you know what? If she can do it, then I definitely can do it. So we just bounced off each other really, really well. We set each other targets. I went through, to be honest, I didn't really do much in the first month. Like, I pretended that I did, but I actually didn't. And when I knew that this could work, I went through my whole Facebook list. So I had like 3,000 friends, went through every single person, went through my whole phone list, and I literally just wrote down who I thought would be good for the product and who I thought would be good for the rep. And I just messaged them like out of the blue and said, oh, hi, hun. I know this is really, really random, but I've just started a new job and you literally have the perfect personality for it. You're so bubbly, you're already so gorgeous, loads of people will buy from you. So I kind of just said things like that, and I actually probably got about, I did 12 direct downlines in 1 month, probably like my 3rd month. And I'd say about 5 of them were from me literally just messaging people that I knew. and they were like, yeah, I'll join. So I went from my first month, £32.50, to my third month in the business earning £3,000, and I've never earned anything less than £3,000 in a month since then. So it's been like a pretty mad journey. I started when I was 19, hit NMD in 4 months, so I was still 19 when I hit NMD, and then I suddenly was like, right, I need a new goal, and I thought to myself, I want to become the youngest PMD in the world at 20. I set that goal and then managed to hit it in June, which was 2 months before my birthday in August, which was insane. And yeah, that's like at the same time though, actually, another thing is I was working full time whilst doing Juice Plus. So I was doing voiceovers for telly for Barbie, so I was always up in London. I was doing loads of extra work because at the time I actually wanted to be an actress. I was kind of like, I did business at A-levels, and I also did acting and performing, like drama and performing arts. And I was kind of thinking, oh, which one do I do? And I went for acting, and then I was doing my auditions at the time for drama school, and this was like when Juice Plus was just getting started. And I suddenly thought, oh my gosh, actually, I don't want to do acting anymore. I want Juice Plus. Like, I love my clients. I love everything. And so I was doing that, and also working about 3 to 4 shifts all late night in the cinema. I'll be working till 1, sometimes literally 2 in the morning. I'll have to go to the toilet to message my clients. And, you know, I've said it a few times. My bosses 100% thought that I had bowel problems, because I'd be like in the toilet a good 5 times on the shift, and sometimes I'd be like 5 minutes, just because I'd be checking my clients, signing up new people, seeing how my team members were going. So yeah, I worked full time. Only when I hit NMD, and then 2 months after hitting NMD is when I quit, and that was in August 2014. I went full time with Juice Plus. Absolutely never looked back. It's been the best journey of my life. Some of the things, like, I've been able to buy with Juice Plus, an Audi A1, which is my fave, Cinderella, she's gorgeous, Rolex, Louboutins, and I don't say that to show off, like, not anything like that, just to show you what you can achieve. You know, a lot of people said, you're way too young. No one's done PMD at the age of 20 for a reason, because you're too young. And I was like, hell no, I'm not too young. No one's done it because I'm going to come and do it. So that's kind of like the attitude that you have to have. You get out what you put in this business. And at the beginning, you're definitely, I say this to my team all the time, you'll be putting in so much hard work, and you'll be like, I can't see any results, like no one's buying from me, nothing's happening. But eventually, if you sow the seeds every day, if you're consistent enough, you'll get paid for way more than you can physically be putting in. So just sow the seeds and a harvest will come. You know, like a Rolls Royce, that takes, for example, 6 months to build, and a Toyota takes three days. What would you rather be? I think we'd all rather be a Rolls Royce. It's going to be hard to get to the top, but it's so worth it. I mean, £78,000 worth of bonuses. Where else are you going to get that from than something like Juice Plus? It's like winning the lottery. So you just have to think, you know, if I said to you, you are going to be NMD next year in August 2016. If you continue to be consistent every single day, you're on Facebook posting 3 times a day, you're adding 5 new people on Facebook a day, you're being consistent, and so on and so on, and you'll be earning 4K a month, would you still continue? Of course you'd still continue. So that's just what you have to see it as. You're working towards your future, and although you may not see it all growing at the moment, you will have a harvest if you continue.
Yeah, it's really good advice. And you know, people used to say to me all the time, and I bet you get it too, like, what's your secret? And there isn't one. It's literally that. That's not a secret. It's what we tell people all the time. You've got to be consistent over time. And I know how hard you work. I can see it in everything that you post and everything that you do. And I think sometimes people think, oh, you know, you're just lucky, or, you know, in the right place at the right time. So what do you think? Is it luck or is it hard work?
Oh, 100% hard work. Like, do you know what? Everything I do on Facebook is to promote my business. So I posted that I was going shopping today. The first day I did today was, so I haven't been to Portsmouth. I can't remember exactly, but I was like, so I haven't been to Portsmouth for a while. I'm going to go shopping today. That is consciously letting people know that I run my own life. I can go and do what I want. So whatever you're doing on Facebook, you need to promote the business, and that's all it is. You just need to be working smarter, not harder. So on Facebook every single day, I say to my team, I literally hustle with them. I wake up as if I'm a dealer each day. You know, last month I did 40 personal sales and 6 direct downlines. I've been in the business 20 months. I'm a PMD. Technically, I don't have to do anything, if you know what I mean. But I don't. Like, I still wake up as a dealer each day, and whatever my team are doing, I make sure I'm doing it with them. If you want to be successful, you need to lead from the front, and you need to show the vision, and your team will eventually get that from you. So I think that's very, very important. But nothing is luck. Success is a lot of hard work behind the scenes that you don't see in it. It's not like this. It's more like this and then like that and everything else. That's what success is. But I just show the good bits. So it might look like my life is perfect, but no one's life is perfect. We all have up and down days. But I just decide that my business is more important than me showing that I'm upset, for example, on my Facebook posters. That's not going to build my business. So that's just why I might look like it's super easy and I breeze through it all, but I definitely don't. It's very, very hard work, but it's 100% worth it.
Totally, and I love that. And just you talked a little bit there as well about you know, people saying you're way too young to be so successful. When I went over to Las Vegas last year to the Eric Worre event, which obviously is in Manchester this weekend, they did a Rising Stars panel there, and it was basically a panel full of millionaires who were under 25. Absolutely, like, incredible. I really opened my eyes to what is possible within this business. It was just it was just like, wow, like, I'm 39, imagine what your business is going to be like by the time you're my age. That blows my mind. And there's plenty more people just like you and just like me and just like Rachel out there just waiting to be told about this opportunity. So it's an incredible story. I think you're doing amazingly well. So we had some questions from the team, so I'm going to fire them at you. I know you've not had a lot of time to think about any of these, so I think we'll just go with it and see how we go.
Swing it.
So we had a question from Neil Cameron, who said, you joined a week before me and I'm an SDD and you're a PMD. What do you think you did differently to me, and how can you change that? Which I love that question.
It's tricky because obviously, like, I don't know what you do, but all I can say is, from me, I'm on Facebook every single day. You know, I literally have always done that. My nights out become my nights in. I literally just consistent in everything that I do. So I think look at yourself. Are you being creative? You know, I always say to my team, for every 2 to 3 Juice Plus posts that you're doing, are you doing like a funny post? Are you showing people your lifestyle? Maybe go on a run. Just not all Juice Plus. Are you going out there each day contacting new people? When you go shopping, do you let people know what you do? You know, for example, today when I was shopping, people were like, oh my gosh, you're buying Michael Kors incentives for your team. Like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work for Juice Plus and blah, blah. And then I give them my business card, like, but just really chilled. You know, you've got to be consistent every single day and speak to as many people as possible and get them on your Facebook. That's just a key that I do. So all the time, whenever I'm out and about, I'm always telling people about Juice Plus just casually. I'm just expanding my network. So I think you've got to do, a lot of sales, a lot of team members, go as wide as possible, as deep as possible. Sales and team members as much as the same kind of thing. I always say to my team, if you're just doing sales, imagine you're going to go around in a circle. But if you're doing sales and team members, so I think you need to make sure that if you want to get to PMD, you're focusing on getting sales and focusing on getting team members every single day. So I set myself a task every day to get a sale and a team member, and to go as wide and as deep as possible. Help your team to duplicate. You know, so if you're SDD at the moment still, you need to recruit people and you need them to duplicate. I mean, that's the only reason why I've got to PMD, because that's what I've done. So it's very important that now you are thinking, right, okay, I'm going to contact, you've got to think what you're going to do. So I'd say I'm going to contact 10 new people tomorrow. I'm going to let them know about the business, and don't care what they say. If they say no, it's usually just no at the moment. It's not actually a complete no. You know, last month I had people that asked me last year in March about the product, because you know it comes up on your Facebook messaging like when they last asked you, and it was in March, and it only joined last month. So don't be disheartened about it. If you're positive and you're posting away, eventually they will come. And no is just not a no forever. It's usually just no at the moment. So to answer your question, really, you've just got to focus on contacting new people every single day. Ask your friends, write a status saying, can I post on your wall? Can you do a status for me? You know, that's a really good way to expand your network. That's just the only reason why I managed to get to PMD, because I expand my network every single day. I never stop doing that. So that's what you really need to do. Set yourself a DMO. How many people are you going to contact tomorrow? Go shopping, speak to one person about Juice Plus, get out of your comfort zone, and that's how you'll get there.
Perfect. I totally agree. I think a lot of people know what to do, but just don't do it. And
yeah, they get nervous.
Oh, it's hard. I'm like, are you actually really doing, you know, what you're doing every single day? Just on somebody I can hear in the background. So guys, I can't see who it is, but somebody's not muted. So if you could just mute yourselves, because I can't do it for whatever reason. So it's really, really distracting. I've got somebody kind of chatting in the background. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. And it's really, really good advice, I think, generally for people to, you know, it isn't rocket science what we do. It's consistency and focus and knowing exactly what you want to achieve. So we had another question from Rachel Davis, which was, I'm going to reword it slightly, but the gist of it was, how do you recruit team members when they start off as potentials with excuses? How do you convert them into being either customers or team members who have, at the start, have got all, you know, excuses about why they don't want to get involved?
I mean, for me, what I do is I share my personal story, and I've always done that. It was obviously when I didn't have a story to begin with, that's why I didn't make any sales. So that's why I always say you need to have like your own product story. So if someone's saying like, you know, I have always been slim, yeah, but I always yo-yo. And with Juice Plus now, I don't yo-yo anymore. So that's something for me that I'm able to share. You don't have to have an incredible weight loss story. I've never had that, but what I have had is that my skin's got better from the capsules. I've just stopped yo-yoing. So for example, I put up a status today, and one of them yesterday was saying how like a size 6 was too big for me. Now I'm not saying that you have to be a size 6 to yeah, I'm not saying you have to be a size 6 to smash it. A lot of people like, Olivia, you know, I'm never going to be a size 6. And I was like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I've always been slim, but this is the healthiest that I've ever felt and the happiest that I've ever felt. So that's what I'm promoting. And from me saying today as well that I've never felt happier, and it's genuine. I'm actually feeling the most confident that I've ever felt. When I went shopping today, I just tried on whatever I wanted and it all fit. I wasn't like, oh, this doesn't fit and I'm a little bit bloated and whatever. And from that, today I had at least 5 inquiries saying, oh, Olivia, I don't feel confident. I want to feel confident. So how I overcome people saying, oh, it didn't work is I share my story. People can never say to me, well, some people might say it's fake, but you know, it's not. So if people say to you it's fake, well, it's not, because it's my story and I can always back up my story. You know, I never had nails before Juice Plus. Literally, these are my natural nails. I couldn't grow them before Juice Plus. My sister has the best nails ever. And I was always so jealous. And I was like to Mum, I just could never grow my nails. And she was a skeptic before Juice Plus, when I first joined, sorry. And then once my nails started to grow, I was like, Mum, my nails are growing. And she knew that I could never grow my nails. And she was like, right, okay, I'm going to buy the shapes then, Olivia. So that's really how you change people. Like, and she said to me at the beginning, I'm not joking. She said, oh, so what are you doing at the moment, Olivia? And I said, oh, I'm selling like this amazing product, Juice Plus. And she was like, I'll be giving my money to children in Africa, Olivia, not on a shake product diet. And we were like in the walk in the woods. And I was like, whoa, all right. I'll let you walk off for a second then, Mum. So she was a massive skeptic. Like, she just didn't want to be part of it at all. So that's just what you've got to do. If you've got your own story, people can never say it's not true. And I've got a sale today for and capsules from me just saying, I feel really happy and confident. So I think that's the key. And also your clients make your best team members. I mean, the person who springs to mind is Charlotte Carslake. We had such a close relationship when she was my client, and we got on so well. She's always asking me questions like, can I have a carrot today? Can I have Coke? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, be quiet, Charlotte, like you can't have that. And then I posted, I'm looking for 2 team members, and she was like, I want to join. And I thought, oh my gosh, like you're going to ask me so many questions. But because we had such a good relationship, I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's make it happen. And she joined, and it took a little bit of time to get into it. You know, I actually, this is something I think is really important. She just needed confidence. And when she first joined, she got like 20 sales. No, it was 19 sales at the time, wasn't it? So she got like 15 sales, and she just needed 4 more sales. And I knew that because she'd done 15 personal sales herself, she was like, I can't do any more, Olivia, I can't do it. And so I physically gave her the 4 sales out of my personal sales, and she hit SDD, and she never looked back from that. And her biggest paycheck's been like 25, she's 22 as well, of age, Charlotte, and her biggest paycheck in 1 month's been like 25k. So she was my client first of all, and we started basically from the bottom all the way to the top together. So I think, yeah, that's the key. Can't remember what the question was now, but I love a good ramble.
Oops, it doesn't matter. It was a great answer anyway to whatever the question was. It was about how you change people who had excuses into team members. And actually, nicely on to the next question in a way, because in Bolton, when you spoke there, you talked about, and I remember like this really resonated with me, which you talked about your support groups, both your customer support group and your team member support group, and about them being fun and really interactive and not all just about the product and about recipes and stuff. And I think that really hit home with me, because I thought actually, that's what makes people stay on the product and stay in the business, is because it's way more than just a particular product. It's called Just Plus Experience for a reason. So can you just tell us, how do you make your groups interactive? How do you get people to participate in those groups?
I mean, I would actually say it is quite hard. Like, it is a hard challenge to actually get people to be super interactive. So don't worry if it takes you time, because even now I feel like I need to improve on that myself. One thing I do think super, super fab that I love doing is a squat challenge. I do that, like, so I'll say, who wants to join in a squat challenge? Like, who wants a bigger booty? And then they'll be like, me, I want to join. So I'll have like 100 girls that want to do a squat challenge, and every single day, the key with this though is that you need to be consistent. So then every single day I'll post, has everyone done their first day? Have you done your second day, third day? Oh my gosh, I'm like, my bum is dying on the 5th day. Just like making it fun and interactive. If you've got people that are, interactive with it, they're going to stay on the product, and that's going to be the whole Juice Plus effect that they see. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love this product and it makes me feel better. I love the relationships that I have. Maybe play like a little game with them. Do like a weight loss client of the month, a best results picture of the month, and give them like a little prezi. Send them Juice Plus chocolate bars, like anything. And the fact that if you send like a Juice Plus chocolate bar, you're actually allowing them to potentially become a client of the Juice Plus chocolate bar as well. So maybe send like a product out, or month worth of capsules to someone that you think could really, really benefit from it. So that's just how I'd keep it interactive, really. Make sure, I say to my girls every single day, you have to post on the support group, whether it's like if you've gone on a run, or you're having a shake, what's your lunch for today? Are you feeling good about yourself? Is your hair looking better? And that's something that I really, really push with my team. And to do that on my group page, I'll say challenge for the day, and post in the support group, comment done when you've done it. It's really interactive. My team actually love it. I'll have about 100 comments of everyone going done, 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 done. And that's just, it gets everyone going. It's like a little challenge. We all love a challenge each day. So that's just something that I would do to help your team, smash it a little bit more in the support group and make it more interactive and fun.
Wicked. I know one of the other things you said was about putting things like, not just about the product. I think you said at the time something like, who's going out tonight and what are you wearing, and that kind of thing. So it's like all the girls hanging out, whatever. I think that's such a good idea, because you can get bogged down in like diet recipes and stuff like that. A bit more.
Like, for example, I'd say like, who's a loner and stayed in at Halloween, and I'm like, woo, me. So it's kind of like things like that, and people are like, yeah, I did as well. I'm a loner. So I think things that are fun and get people interactive is definitely the way forward, to have a fun and supportive group.
Is it the Bridget Jones group that you've got going there? The all by myself.
Yeah.
I love it, but I think it's really important, because for me, what I've learned over the last 2.5 years is the importance of making people feel part of something and not just selling somebody a product. It's much just so much more than that. It's so much more than just buying a product from somebody and kind of dumping them in a support group. And I think you're such a good example of what makes it fun. Be somebody fun that people want to be around, and people kind of come to you. They gravitate towards you because they want to. People say, I mean, I'm sure you've heard the same. People say, like, I don't even know what you do. I just want to do it with you. Like, cool, come on. So it's really good. I'll help you. So a slightly more technical one. My hair's shocking in the background. Okay. So a slightly more technical one. When you bring somebody new in, and you've covered this a little bit, but maybe the very, very start, what DMO would you recommend that a new person does, and how do you get a new person started?
So I have a welcome pack for my team that I've made. On the welcome pack, I send this out as soon as they signed up. It's got how to put orders through, example first status. It's got photos that they can use, the do's and don'ts. So like no buy and sell sites, loads of little things like that. Just that when they like as soon as they sign up, they've just got the kind of basics of what to do, and they're not like, I don't know what to do, I don't have any notes. So I just make sure that I send that out first, and I say to them, before you do anything, read this first, and then let me know once you've read it and we'll get you going. So my DMO every day is like 1 sale, 1 team member, add 5 new people on Facebook, and preferably do it with mutual friends, because otherwise you're going to get blocked and it's like so devastating. So do it with mutual friends. And then what else? There's loads of things. Post in the support group, message 4 new people. It doesn't even have to be about like the product. Maybe just message them saying, hi Hannah, I haven't spoken to you in ages, do you want to go for a coffee? If you think they're going to be a good potential, get them in like that. Another top tip that I actually do is if it's someone's birthday, I don't know where it is actually now I'm thinking about it, but when it's someone's birthday, if you comment on their page and say happy birthday, it actually links your Facebook back up with them, so they'll start seeing your Facebook posts again. Things like that. What I always do every day is I look in the support group and I see who is posting a lot, saying I'm loving my journey, I've lost however much, I'm feeling fab, and then I'll see who added them to the group and I'll let that rep know, I think this girl will be really, really good in your team, message her today. And then I'll say to them at the end of the day, I'll write it down to make sure that I double check on them, and I'll say, have you messaged that girl today? And if they say no, I'll be like, message her, and if they don't do it, I'll message her myself, to make sure that they join. So it's just taking the initiative. When people say I don't know what to do each day, oh my gosh, I never stop. There is so much to do every single day. As soon as I wake up, like I haven't been to bed, I can't tell you, for the past 2 weeks before 2 a.m. Like I'll brainstorm at the night, I'll see which team members I can really work with. So there's so much that you can do, but I think you've got to find your own thing of what works. But for me, definitely expanding my network each day, and I go to like different nail salons, and I speak to the different girls about it. I can't tell you how many clients I've had from going to different nail salons or like going to different spas. So loads of things offline really as well, but just as long as you are making sure you're expanding your network each and every day, that's the key. And also set yourself a target of having the 1 sale and 1 team member, and like really don't go to sleep until you've done it. Don't just set yourself a target and then think, oh man, I didn't do it. So like if I set myself a target, it basically has to happen. I think that's what you've got to do. You've got to make it happen. No one's going to do this for you. No one's going to go and contact it for you. And you can lie to your upline and say, do you know what? I'm doing absolutely everything. Like, no, you're not. No one ever does anything. I could do more each day. I could get up half an hour earlier and do this and that. So just don't lie to yourself. Make sure that you're really going out there and making it happen and contacting new people each day.
Yeah, I love that. And I think you can tell just from the way that you speak how much that you do. And I know that you're always on there's about a group of about 30 or 40 of us, she's one of them, who are always online at like 1 o'clock in the morning, like, who's our partner? Like, still working. It's not work, is it? Like chatting to your friends on Facebook and looking through your business is not work, but that's what differentiates the people who get to PMD really young or really quickly from the people who kind of don't. And it's just work ethic and consistency. There's no big secret to it. But okay, we're coming up towards the end of the call, which is I've got 2, like, so the last set of question for me is So if you landed from Mars, so you turned up in England, you don't know anybody, you've got no Facebook currently, but you know everything that you know, and you're still you, and you've got all your skills and all your experiences, and you know everything that you know about the company and about the industry that we're in. How would you start from scratch again to build your business up to PMD?
So do you know what? Actually, what I did do is I didn't post on my Facebook to begin with. I was really embarrassed. I was one of those, I said to Lauren, I'm sorry, but I was like, you don't understand, you don't live in Surrey. I was like, people will not buy Juice Plus. They just won't. I was like, they're not going to buy it. And she was like, all right, Olivia. So I actually made a brand new Facebook. I added about 20 people on this Facebook. So I started from scratch with absolutely no one. I've now got like 4,000 friends on Facebook and like 10,000 followers. And that's within the 20 months of when I've started. So I'd be happy to start again from scratch because I've done it once before. So I know that I'll do it again. I would... Oh my gosh, I'd smash it even more. I'd be like, I'm getting to NMD in 2 months. I'm going to make it happen. Like I said, I'd really just don't be afraid. The worst thing someone can say is no. And like, so what if they say no? Just move on and find the next person. I'd message again every single person on my Facebook friend list. Tonight, I want you to go through your Facebook and phone list and write a list and actually do it. If you want to get to PMD, actually do this. And then start to build up connections again with them, like their stuff. If they look good, comment, you look really good. Not because you're a creep and you're like stalking their stuff, but if they look good, they look good. So let them know and just start building up your relationships with people. Find people that you want in your business and don't stop until you have them in your business. I've got people that I want now in my business and I've been chasing them for like a year. They still haven't joined, but I'm like, you will join. I just know that you will eventually. And I just keep the relationship going, really. I check up with them every now and again. Same things, add new people on Facebook every day. Go on Instagram, post on Instagram and hashtag loads of things about you're feeling good, your weight loss, hashtag weight loss, follow new people each day. There's like loads that you can do in that, to get to PMD. So I'd just do exactly what I did properly, but I'd work even harder and smash it even more.
Brilliant advice. I'm gonna let you have the last word, but I just want to show you something that I've been had to look at. They always come here. Yes, you can see me. Come here. This is my husband. For those of you who don't know,
What is it?
Just made it.
Oh my gosh, I love it! Nice. Love you always.
Just as well I'm comfortable in my marriage. He's literally stood the whole way through going. So yeah, it's mutual as well, so that's all good. So I'm going to let you go now because I try and always keep the calls to half an hour to kind of respect everybody's time. But just before you go, just little bit last 60-second words of wisdom that you'd have for the guys. It's like 200 people on the call. What are the last things you could say for them for go and smash it between now and Birmingham?
I think the key is that you need to believe in yourself. I believed in myself from day one. If you don't believe in yourself, then you sometimes have to think, why would anyone else believe in you? So this is very, very important, and it sounds stupid, but I promise you it works. Wake up every single day, whatever position you want to hit, say it out loud every single day. I actually, when I was going from NMD to IMD, it took me 9 months to get there. And every single day I said, I am International Marketing Director. And I didn't do it for 9 months. I didn't get deflated. Obviously I was like, come on, I want to get there. I've been doing it for 9 months. But because I said it so many times, I reconditioned my mind that I had no option but to do it. So you need to say to yourself, I am going to do this. I am going to make it happen. Look at people that are successful and kind of don't copy them, but see what they're doing and add a twist to it. I just think this opportunity is so incredible that's in front of you. I would never let it go for 1 second. If someone said to me, Olivia, your business is going to go, but if you pay 10 grand to start it up again, I'll let you join. I would say, oh my gosh, I'll give you 100K to join this business from scratch. That is how much this business can completely change your life. So I think, just say that you're going to do it, know that you're going to get bumps in the road, you're going to get a lot of negativity, you're going to get haters, and the more success you have, the more haters you're going to get. And I just think, hell, who cares? Like, just enjoy it. If you're not getting haters, you're clearly not doing anything with your life. If people are noticing you, you're making a difference. I've just loved that I've been able to help so many people, like people from benefits in my team who had no money, couldn't even afford the £50 sign-up fee, started in February or March this year, have now earned £4,200 in 1 month. That's the kind of things that Juice Plus can give you. So I would just not give up for 1 second. I don't care how long it would take me to get to Club 200, whatever it is, I would work from now till forever to make it happen. So just be driven, determined, never let it go. If you can't stop thinking about this business, then never stop working on it, and make sure that you're not lying to yourself. Work every single day, and just have fun with it. It's the best job in the world. What we do is cray, so enjoy it, and I'll see you guys at the top with your amazing positions in Birmingham.
Thanks, babe. See you soon. Bye. I'll mute everybody so they can say bye now. Hold on. There you go. We appreciate your time, babe.
That is when you get in there, yeah?
Bye, guys. Hi, Nicky Kyle. I can see you. I don't know if you want to see. If there's anyone of yours. Oh, hi, Tammy. I can see Tammy. And the
Well, I just come out of it and back in it. What I just gave you.
Mr. Tony Rock. Cool, right, I'm going to... Oh yeah, Laura Green. Yeah. Not there. Oh, she is. Right, guys, have a wicked evening. I hope you really enjoyed the call. I did. I'm going to go back and look at it again. We're going to make it. I wanted to concentrate on what you were saying. So, if I learned those... Yeah.
Hiya.
It was wicked.
I know.
Can't remember who was got on.
The girl that I had on stayed on the whole time. Subject message, I will, question mark.